to the range, and I did make up some hand loads with Hornady SSTs. Not very good, pretty disappointing. Wasn't bad, but yeah, not even going to bother shading targets. So yeah, there you go. There's a little bit of rust. Stainless steel does rust, like I said. So essentially, so I fired off those hand loads, and yeah, it was all pretty average. I fired off more of this Remington Premier AccuTip, and I'll show you what the grips of that were like. Again, just rubbish. Just, yeah, I mean, this group 2, 4, that group there is 6, but even if I only fired, it's almost 3 inches long. It's just that Remington ammo. And I've never had any time for Remington ammo. It's always been garbage, really. Sorry. Regardless of which rifle, and I've shot it through lots of different calibers, lots of different rifles, and lots of different types of. Usually the core locked ammo, just garbage. Now so I've still got shot it all off. So I shot a group. I had 5 left in this box of the Celery and Bellow 130 grain soft point round nose, and that. So it's 5 shots. Now with the flyer, it's 1.5 inches, but without the flyer, it's 0.7. That flyer, don't know, might have been. There was a very, very strong blustery wind. Might have been me pulling it. I probably pulled it because that was the last shot. And it's not unusual when you're firing 5 shots and you've got a really tight group of 4, and that last one you just screw up. It happens to a lot of people. Happens to me. So what I've decided with this rifle, the Weatherby Vanguard in 270, is to just buy the Celery and Bellow. This stuff, it's just so good, and I can't make ammo for that price, $38. So it's less than $2 a round. I can't make ammo, like quite literally. I can't make ammo for that money. Not even. Yeah. So why bother? If you can get factory ammo that shoots like that, you know. And what was that other group? 0.3 of an inch or something with 3 rounds. So I'm just going to use the Celery and Bellow ammo. So that's that. And I did have the Delta optical titanium 4.5 30 on here, but I will put the 4 to 12, yeah, 4 to 12 VX Freedom on it, nice and light, and it'll be a relatively light package to go out hunting with. I was thinking about putting this because I've got a a Burris E1 full field. What is it? Let me see. What is it? 4.5 to 14 on there, but man, the difference in weight and size. Yeah, I could just put this straight on, and you could go a fair way out with it. But these things are just so. Yeah, I'm going to put that on it. Yeah, stuff the Burris. I'll save the Burris for something, you know, something else. But anyway, so that's the Weatherby Vanguard. Sorry, just having a beer. Just a little bit more. So now with this rifle, which I haven't really spoken about much lately for quite a while. Probably it's so bloody long you probably can't, oh yeah, there you got it, whole shot. So this is the Howa, I don't know what they call it, SHB or something or other. Got the muzzle brake on there. I've got it in this TSPX, Australian TSPX chassis, so it's there's a fair bit of weight to it. 20 MOA rail. Got the Burris, the titanium on here, the Delta optical titanium on here. So I shot the Vanguard, then put the scope on this. Now this rifle, I have had a nightmare trying to work up decent, accurate loads for it. One video that I was watching from Gunblue 490, he was talking about the 6.5 Creedmoor and just decrying about, you know, that it was just, there was a lot of hype about it, which is one of the, and whenever I hear a lot of hype about a rifle, I try and avoid it because it's usually just hype, just marketing. So I avoided the Creedmoor for a long time. And then I decided to buy, you know, it was still around, people were still saying how great it was, so I thought I'd get one, so I did get one. This thing's got a 26-inch number 4 contour, which is a little bit heavier than Sporter. People might say, well, if you want a long-range rifle, why would you get a, you know, why wouldn't you get a heavy varmint barrel? Well, you know, if you're hunting long range, I consider shooting anything beyond 250 metres long range. That's, to me, that's long range. Like, seriously. Here in Australia, there's really, you know, we don't have the, well, sort of, we really don't have the environment or the necessity to shoot at really long distances. Most of it is in bush, or thick scrub, you know, or, I don't know, maybe out in the desert, Simpson or something. People do go out there and hunt, especially, I know one guy is going out to cull some camels and whatnot on some culling program. But people say, well, why wouldn't you get a heavy barrel? Well, you know, first of all, this is a 26-inch barrel, so I like that. To get the ultimate out of the Creedmoor. One advantage to the skinnier barrel, number 4 contour, rather than what, I don't know what the heavy varmint barrel contour number is, but with the skinny barrel, yeah, it heats up pretty quick, but it also cools down pretty quick. Like, you know, with really heavy varmint barrels, when they get hot, they stay hot for a long time. You know, you're waiting a long time for them to cool down. So, plus, I was intending to have this as a long-range hunting rifle, which I will. What I'll do is I'll put it back in the Hogue stock that it came in, or I don't know, I might lash out and get, there's a carbon fibre, lightweight carbon fibre stock, Howa, and I don't know, I'll probably just put it back in this. There's nothing wrong with Hogues, like, really, and so that'll be my long range hunting outfit. Now, so like I said, I finally made up some hand loads that actually printed decent groups. I've been having real problems with it. What I mentioned about Gunblue 490, he was saying that aside from all the hype about the 6.5 Creedmoor, he also said that one of the problems with it is just that some of the rifle companies, they put these like seriously long throats on the barrels, on the chambers, to the point where it's, you know, it's too long, where the throats are too long, and I think that might be the problem with this because, yeah, I had those projectiles like way out, so that might have been the difference. So I was using Lapua small rifle primer brass with these things. These were the only bench rest primers that I had. So Remington number 7.5 small rifle bench rest primers. I just bought a box 1,000 because Remington ammunition and primers has been bought out, I think, by CCI. So or at least pretty soon, all Remington primers will be CCI primers. So you just might as well just buy CCI primers, not bother buying unless the Remington are cheaper. They're still CCI primers. So what I did was I used Lapua brass, small rifle primer brass. I used Remington 7.5 small rifle bench rest primers. I used AR2209, which is Hodgdon 4350. and I used Sierra 142 grain Match Kings. I've always had a lot of luck with Match Kings in other calibers, especially 223 and 308. I remember they were just supreme. Haven't had as much luck with the Hornady, the ELDMs and ELDXs and ELDZs. They're running out of letters, I think. So I'll just show you the groups. So that was a group of 39 grains of powder, and without the flyer it was 0.8. With the flyer, fifth round flyer again, it was 1.7. Then 39 and a half, I've got 0.75 without the flyer, 1 with the flyer. 39 and a half with the flyer, it's only a tiny flyer, would have been 0.74. Without the flyer it would have been half an inch. So I'm probably looking about 39 and a half grains. Then I went to 40 grains and it just sort of, that group blew out. I'm not really sure why. Because when I went to the 40.5, it was half an inch and a flyer at 1 again. 40.5, 1 inch, and then massive flyer at 2 inch. I don't know what happened there. Then 41, 4 rounds were at 0.35 and a flyer that made it 8.875. So I've got 39 and a half is looking really promising. 41 is looking really promising. Then I went to 41.5 and it started to string out again. And 42 started to really, that's 6 shots, but it really started to string out. So around 39 and a half, because that's really bizarre, that's really weird, because the 39 and a half was nice and tight, then the 40 strung out. It might have been the conditions, might have been this, I don't know what it is, but even that 270, because it's a Howa, they all like warm, not necessarily smoking hot barrels, but warm barrels. It's, yeah. So I'm probably going to go at 40, yeah, because that one's 41 as well. That was strung out. 40.5, 40.5. You know, that one there, 0.35 without the flyer and 0.875 with the flyer. So, sort of going to and ah for a bit and decide on the powder charge that I'm going to settle for. And now what I'll do is I'll start experimenting with, I'll settle on a charge, and then I'll start experimenting with seating depth, because I've got the bullet right out there, not far off the lands. I'll start pulling it back a bit and try and find a seating node, accuracy node. Might be wasting my time, I don't know, but yeah. See, 39 and a half is not very fast, but then faster is not necessarily more accurate. So yeah, I'll start experimenting with seating depth, start bringing the projectile further and further back in, and seat deeper and deeper into the cartridge, into the brass, to see if I can get some improvement with accuracy there. Not necessarily improvement with accuracy, but consistency, where I'm not shooting flyers, because like if I was shooting 3-shot groups, I'd have 30-inch groups, like quite a few, no doubt. But I am shooting 5-shot groups, because that's where you get to see where the consistency is. And yeah, I've really got to do some experimenting. One word of note is that the bolt on this gun is really smooth. It's a lot smoother than the Weatherby. Now I don't know whether that's because it's a carbon, and just the operation generally, it's really slick. Like, it's really nice. Yeah. I don't know whether, I've noticed that the stainless Howas and this stainless Weatherby are a lot rougher. Like this. Yeah, it's not that. It's starting to slick out. Like, obviously when you first get it, you know, it's a little bit rough. It's not too bad now, actually. Yeah. So that's about it. And so the next report will probably be, yes, seating depth testing with this, the Howa long range, or whatever they call it, SHB or whatever. So until then, see you later.